In the second tutorial, we will see how to draw lines, arcs, and circles. All models designed in SketchUp are based on lines and surfaces, regardless how simple or complex they are. Let's see the first basic design tool of the program, the line tool. The line can be selected with two ways, either by clicking on this pencil icon on the toolbar or by hitting the L key on our keyboard. When we do that, our cursor turns into a pencil. A line consists of at least 2 points, so we have to insert these points in SketchUp. Again, there are two ways to do that. In the first way, we just click to begin our drawing line, and then click again at the point that we want to finish our line. The end point of the first line has automatically turned into a start point for the next one. This gives us the ability to draw many continuous lines. With the second way, we can form a line by holding down the left click and pull it to the desired direction. The line command stops when we release the left click. This method makes it harder to draw many continuous lines. So mainly for this reason, we prefer the first method. When we want to finish drawing lines, we just press the Escape button on our keyboard. The line tool helps us sketch lines parallel to one of the three axes, since the line adopts the color of the axe which is parallel with. The primary purpose of SketchUp is to create or cut surfaces. When we draw a line that intersects with another, then the new line cuts the first one in two parts. For more accuracy, we can start a line to the preferred direction, then type its length and hit enter. For example, let's create a line parallel to the red axe. We type its length, let's say 50 cm, and press enter. We continue by drawing a line parallel to the green axe. We type the number 2, that means 2 meters, and hit enter again. We can always see the length in the measurements box that is located at the bottom right of our screen. The program takes as a measurement unit the one that we selected at the starting window of SketchUp. In this case, the selected measurement unit is meter. If we want to use a different unit, we type it right next to the length. Let's see how we can create an arc. In SketchUp there are two tools to create an arc and one to draw a section of a circle. We can form an arc by defining first its center. We choose the arc tool from the toolbar, and we click on the point that we want to set as the center of the circle for the arc that we want to create. By clicking at the second point, we define the start point of our arc, and by clicking at the third point, we define its end. The two-point arc tool, which is the most used one, can be selected by clicking on this icon from the toolbar. With left click, we define the start and the end point of the arc. We pull our mouse to define the curve or the radius, and then we left click to complete the command. When we graphically define the radius of the circle that contains our arc, we have to make sure that it will be created in the right direction, since we can draw arcs at all possible orientations. We can also type the preferred radius in the measurements box. Now let's draw an arc where the chord will be the edge of this rectangular. While pulling the arc outwards, SketchUp informs us when the radius of the circle is equal to half of the chord. This means that we have a perfect semicircle. With this tool, we can also design an arc tangent to two lines that form an angle between them. We begin by clicking on the point of the first line, then place our cursor on the other line of the angle, and by moving it along the line, we can find the point that we have to choose so that the two lines are tangent to the arc that will be formed. When the arc turns into purple, we select that point by clicking on it. Then we slowly move our mouse so as to find the radius of the tangent circle to which belongs the arc that we want to plan. When the arc is purple, we click in order to finish it. The Pi tool, which is this tool on the toolbar, functions in the same way, but it creates a surface and not a linear arc. Besides the lines and the arcs, with which we can create any shape, SketchUp provides us with some tools that help us form basic shapes such as rectangles, circles and polygons. In order to draw a rectangle, we select the Rectangle tool from the toolbar. Then we click on the point where we want to place the first corner of our rectangle, and we pull the mouse towards to the preferred direction, where we click again in order to complete the rectangle. We can draw rectangles at any point and with any orientation, on any existing shapes or objects, or start from an edge of our model. We can draw rectangles on the level defined by the red or the green axe, on the one defined by the green and the blue axe, or on the one defined by the blue and the red axe. When creating a rectangle, a blue line appears when it turns into a square, or when the proportions of its sides meet the golden rule. In order to draw a rectangle with specific dimensions, we type its length and its depth, separated by the Greek question mark. For example, if we want a rectangle of 3 by 5 meters, we click on one point for the first corner, we pull our mouse towards the direction for our second corner, we type 3, Greek question mark, 5. In order to draw a circle, we select the Circle tool from the toolbar, we click to define its center, and then we pull and click again so as to define its radius. We can also type its radius in the measurement box, since we have defined its center. In the same way, we can form a polygon by clicking on the Polygon tool on the toolbar. After defining the center, we define its radius and hit enter. We can also change the number of the polygon's sides. We draw a polygon, we type 9s for a 9-side polygon, hit enter, type its radius and hit enter again.